And Tenet.
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 We're back at the movie theaters.
Tenet. Yeah.
Tenet.
Fuck yeah.
Tenet.
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 Yeah.
It's the only IMAX screening, socially distanced, of course. And we got our masks on, and we're about to walk in the movie theater for the first time in over 6 months. Movies are back, y'all.
A remake, a sequel, and an original movie all walk into a bar. Just kidding! This is New York City! There are no more bars! Woo! Alright, I'm Kimberly DiPersia, and this week I'm doing something completely different. Reviewing 3 new movies that just got released. One's a remake, one's a sequel, and the last one's an original movie. You guessed it! Mulan, Bill and Ted Face the Music, and Tenet. Here we go!
A girl threatens our plans.
A warrior.
As soon as you start watching the new Mulan, you know something's up. In the original Mulan, she struggled to gain her battle skills and strength throughout the whole movie. Remember the whole "I'll make a man out of you" Rocky-esque musical sequence? Well, in this movie, she already comes locked and loaded. We see Mulan from a very early age, literally scaling walls and doing expert flips. I mean, she's no longer just a girl. She is a friggin' superhero. What? Disney has completely re-envisioned Mulan, moving away from the lighter, more comical approach to war and honor, and instead embracing the darker complexities and fears surrounding war. You know, all framed within the overarching good versus evil theme. Because come on, this still is Disney. It's definitely not for little kids. I'd say probably about middle school age and up is acceptable. Because there's a lot of death and stabbing in this movie. I mean, the stakes are so much higher. Pun intended. That said, there are some incredible fight scenes. I mean, this movie is like Game of Thrones meets Harry Potter meets Wonder Woman meets the original Mulan movie. And just to make clear, there are no songs in this movie. I repeat, the songs are gone. I mean, you will hear the theme to My Reflection throughout the movie at certain points, but if you're going in this expecting to find that old musical feel to it, you're going to be extremely disappointed. So my advice is to go into this with a fresh, open mind and be prepared to root for our superhero underdog. My score, 2 thumbs up. You can see Mulan on Disney Plus for an extra $30 to own forever.
Bill, we've spent our whole life trying to unite the world. And I'm tired, dude.
Ted, we have a destiny to fulfill.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Greetings, my excellent friends. We have a problem.
This movie is the 3rd and final installment of the Bill and Ted series, picking up about 30 years from when the second one left off. Now, Bill and Ted are still working to write that song that will save humanity, and they're getting nowhere. But soon, they learn that they need to create that song ASAP, or else the whole world, time, and space will end as we know it. Whoa. So not only they, but their teenage daughters, aka mini female Bill and Ted, go on adventures throughout time to save the day. First off, it's so depressing to see Bill and Ted so old and dealing with such old things. I mean, in the first movie, they were simple teenage boys who had to go through a journey through time in order to not fail their history test. Plain and simple. Now, they're middle-aged men and they're dealing with so much more. They're dealing with marital issues, literally saving the world. I mean, come on, this movie is more like a drama than a comedy now, with a handful of laughs thrown in. It's trying to go for a more mature vibe, and I don't really think that serves it in the best way. Now, the mini female Bill and Teds do a great job at capturing the feel of the original characters, but I must say it seems a little out of place in this movie. See, Bill and Ted were heightened stereotypes of their time. Stoner, rockier teenage boys. While they are extreme in characterization, they still fit the era and the time that they were in. However, in Face the Music, we have these teenage girls who are oddballs. They're not really representatives of their time, but merely imitations of the past. I wish the film had embraced that just a little bit more, instead of making their personalities accepted like they are normal. I did love the way the movie solved the whole song dilemma. They did it in such a creative way. I'm not going to say more because #no spoilers. But I thought it gave a really brilliant ending, and I was pretty satisfied after watching it. However, I will say that overall, this movie really didn't do it for me the way the original Bill and Ted did. And I'm not even going to talk about the second one because Bogus Journey I thought was a very mediocre film. So if you are going to have an excellent time, I would just recommend watching the original movie and leaving this one for, I don't know, some strange family gathering to watch down the road. My score, 1 thumb up and 1 thumb down. You can watch Bill and Ted Face the Music on a variety of online platforms. You can rent it for $20, you can buy it for $25, or you can buy the whole trilogy in 4K for $35. Whoa.
You know the pain. Tennis. Last time it was no tennis.
There's no way to really describe the plot of Christopher Nolan's latest movie Tenet without giving something away. So you're just gonna have to enter this as shrouded in mystery as I was. And trust me, it's the best way. Oh my gosh! This movie is incredible! This is, hands down, one of the best movies of the year, if not of all time. There, I said it. A warning though that this is very quantum mechanics, quantum physics heavy. Think Interstellar level. So you probably won't comprehend a lot at first. However, I think Nolan intended this. I think he designed the film specifically so that we are left just as confused as the protagonist in the beginning, and we learn more and more as the movie goes on, just like the protagonist. That said, I cannot wait to watch this a second time so that I can put all the pieces together in my head. Whether or not you understand the physics, Christopher Nolan definitely does. And the way that he creatively expresses this quantum theory what-if situation is so inventive and brilliant that we're going to be analyzing these scenes for years to come. Christopher Nolan is an absolute genius, and this movie is a masterpiece. I can't tell you anymore because you're just going to have to watch it for yourself. My personal score? 4 thumbs up. Don't worry, you'll get it. You can see Tenet in theaters. Yeah, theaters. Theaters, they're back. Now, I'm in New York City, so I had to drive to Danbury, Connecticut, in order to see this film. Thank you, almighty goddess of theaters, AMC! And I saw it in IMAX. I do have to say that the COVID regulations at AMC, I felt pretty satisfied with them. First, you have to wear masks, there's ample hand sanitizer and wipes throughout. Although I really wasn't a huge fan of the way they socially distanced people in the theater. It was only like 1 seat between parties, which wasn't personally, comfortable for me, seeing someone eat some popcorn just a couple seats away. So I moved my seat down to a different row, an emptier row. And AMC is totally fine with this. They have signs throughout saying if you need to change your seat at any time, you can. It's okay. So definitely worth it. But if you're not comfortable, that's okay. It'll eventually be coming to VOD and Blu-ray in about 3 months or so, and it's definitely worth the wait. So there you have it, a remake, a sequel, and an original movie all walk into a bar, and the original wins. My choice this week is Tenet. It's amazing, go see it. It's worth wearing all those layers of PPE in the theater. Have a great week everyone, stay safe, and catch you next week.